Yes guys, what is going on? I hope you're all well, and in this video I'm going to be doing an installation and review of this dash cam from AKASO. Alright, so to begin, what do we have in the box? So yeah, let's unbox it. In no particular order, I'm going to go through what comes with it. So starting from the right here, we've got these little clips, and what these little clips do, they allow you to place down your wiring and stick it down, because on the other underside of it, it's got some sort of sticky tape. It's not 3M, but it does the job. Over here you've got the USB cable, which allows you to transfer the video information from the dash cam obviously to your computer in the event of, I don't know, you need to take it to court or send it to your insurance, or if you, like me, you might plan to use it as an extra action cam for when you're doing your interior car videos. You've got the suction mount over here, which clips onto the camera obviously. Over here you've got your cigarette lighter power adapter, so this is going to obviously plug into the dash cam and give it power. But what I like is that on the top of here you've still got access to your USB, because some people still use the old-fashioned type, plug into the cigarette and get your USB through there if your car doesn't have a USB port already. Finally, on the left we've got the manual, which is obviously going to give you various instructions on how to use it. Very simple, and it's in English, which is really good. Over here we've got a nice orange pry tool, which is going to allow us to connect the mount to the camera. And last but not least, we've got the camera itself, which, in case I haven't mentioned, actually has two cameras on it. So this is what's going to be facing the road, and if I flip it around, you can see down here we've actually got another camera there, which is going to be used to record the inside of the car, which is really useful. But yeah, we're going to get it mounted now. We'll go through the features of what it can do, and then I will show you some clips of how it actually looks. It's not being hardwired to the car, it's going to use the cigarette lighter as intended. You can see here you've got your USB port there in case you still want to charge your phone. But in terms of wiring, there is loads of it, and so they've been really nice and really helpful, to be honest, because yeah, there's loads of wiring. So if I did want to run this wire like from here all the way down, up to the right, around in the pillar, around the top of the roof, and here, it would be no problem at all, because as I said, there's loads of it, which is great. So as you can see, we have now plugged it in. The plug is actually at the top, so I don't know how many of you will be a fan of that, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because when you do this wiring, it should be going through the top of the car anyway, so it's probably better to have the wire on the top than it is to have it on the bottom. The next thing we want to do is use our pry tool to remove this cover here, because this is actually where the mount fits in, because as you can see on the mount, you've got that little rectangular bit, and that fits in here, so it's gonna clip in, I believe, that way. But yeah, just pop this out, and as you can see here on the top, there's a little tab right here just for you to prise it out. So as you can see here, we've removed the rubber cover. The next thing you want to use is get the mount and slide it in. You want to make sure the mount is facing the right way, so this bit here clips into there. Okay, so that is plugged in. One thing I really like, off camera it made a very nice audible click, which means you know it's insecure and it's not just going to drop and fall down. So yeah, that's all done. Alright, so as you can see, it is all connected up. It made a nice audible click, and that way I knew it was all the way in. The next thing I want to do is make sure that this mount is facing the right way, so it's now ready to go. Make sure you remove the stickers in case you decide to use it and you're like, oh my god, the quality is so bad. It's simply down to you not taking the stickers off. But yeah, take all the stickers off from the mounts to the cameras. Remember, you've got a camera on this side as well, so peel all the stickers off. Okay, so the axis does allow it to go all the way back and all the way forward, and it allows it to twist left and right as well, so make sure that's all sorted out. Once you have that mounted on the screen, you've also got this little bit here, which means you can lock it in place. As you can see on the top here, there's a little padlock sign there, which means you affix it to the screen, and then you push this bit all the way up, and that will suction it directly to the screen. Okay, so one of the last things we need to do here is obviously insert the micro SD, and that goes in. You can see there's a little sign here, so that way you don't get it wrong, but flip it around, AKASO on the back, big monitor screen on the back, and push it all the way in, and you shouldn't have any issues at all. Okay, so this is how it looks once it's all set up. Remember guys, please remember, this is just a temporary. It's not going to be like this. If I'm going to install it on this car particularly, I'm going to run the wire up into the headlining, around and down and around and underneath, and then down all the way back in here, or I might just hardwire it. But yeah, if you're gonna go for what come with it, it's definitely this. I have taken a drive, so I will include that on the footage, and there were two little lights that were flashing over here, and it kind of indicated that it was on and it was working. It did time out after about a minute, so I believe that's just natural. It just times out after about 1 minute because you don't need to be seeing your face when you're recording it. But again, we're going to go into the settings now and see what else it can do. So yeah, let's pause that and let's go into some settings. So pressing the settings button here, I'll just quickly go through it all. You press the button along the bottom correspond, that's okay. Resolution, if you want to change, I don't know, the resolution, it's only 1080p, so there's nothing else to change. Loop recording, which obviously means after 3 minutes, I think it does increments of 3, 5 and 1, yep, 3, 5 and 1, 5 minutes, it will record again 5 minutes, and again 5 minutes, and again 5 minutes. If you do want it at 1 minute, that's fine, but there will be loads and loads of little files if you look on the SD card, but 3 minutes is the sweet spot, so we'll keep it on that. Dual cam display, obviously we want to keep that on normal, which is front and rear, so interior and exterior. WDR, don't really know what WDR stands for, but let's go down. Record audio, yes. Date stamp, yes. We'll set the date and time at another time. And G sensor, which you want to leave as on, which again I explained earlier. If it does notice any sort of shake, hard shake or hard crash, it locks that footage, and that way it records that and it keeps it separate from the rest of the files and it won't get overwritten. But yeah, let's go into the other setting now. We'll back up, we'll go to the right, we'll press OK. We've got screen save, which means how long you want it to stay on the screen before it turns off. It's set at 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, it will just turn off. The camera stays on, but the screen will turn off, just so it doesn't distract. Date and time settings, you can install that. You can get that all correct. Beep sound, that little sound there, if that's annoying, turn it off. Parking monitor, we want to keep that on all the time, so again, protects the car when it's off. Format the memory card if you wish. Default settings in case you've played around and you've done something wrong, and obviously firmware info. But yeah, that is all the settings. That's how it looks. Ideally, overall, in my opinion, this is a decent little dash cam. It does the job. It's good quality. It says it's got a Sony sensor, so again, when we're watching it back, you can decide how good that quality is. But for the price it goes for, it's very, very good. It's very light as well, so there's not going to be much shake, hopefully. And obviously, it's a good product, and it's from Amazon, so if there's any problems, hit them up on there and they'll be able to help you out. But yeah, that is the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe and give it a like if you have, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless. Right, so hopefully you guys can hear me. That is a dash cam. Quality on the outside should hopefully be okay. We're going to go through a tunnel, and that will hopefully give you guys an impression on how it works at night. It is just coming up to 4:45, and as you know, we're coming up to summer, so it's not going to be too dark. But the main thing you want to worry about when you have a dash cam is, does it pick up license plates well? If the car is shaking, does it still get good footage? And obviously, does it work? Cruising along here at 50 miles an hour behind this Toyota Yaris, and looking at the dash cam, it doesn't look like it's vibrating, it doesn't look like it's shaking about, it looks very, very solid. So yeah, hopefully the footage comes out well. So I've now turned on the aircon. The screen's also gone off, so I don't know what it's recording. It should still be recording, obviously, because it's on the screensaver mode. We're coming up to a nice little tunnel now. Woo! M140? No, it wasn't. That was some fake. Oh, people putting badges on the cars. Oi! What are you doing? What are you doing? He's not even indicating. So this is one thing I like dash cams about. Like, look, the lorry is not indicating, which means it should be going straight, but it could change its mind in the last minute. So always give them space, because obviously they've got a wide turning circle. But yeah, that Yaris was a bit dangerous. That would have been one to watch, eh? Set up a new YouTube channel, like Dashcam TW Dashcams. Could you imagine? That'd be quite cool, actually. So yeah, going through a tunnel now. It's quite dark. How did it do? And we're out again.